All right. We will call the Muskegon County Human Services Committee meeting to order with a roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Foster.
Here.
Commissioner Hovey Wright.
Here.
Chairman Hughes.
Here.
Commissioner Laring.
Here.
Commissioner Mahoney.
Here.
Commissioner Nash.
Here.
Commissioner Skolnick. You're muted, Commissioner Skolnick.
Here. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner Snyder.
Here.
And Commissioner Wilkins.
Here.
All are present.
All right. We have a quorum. So next we'll move on to approve of the minutes for June 2nd, 2020.
So moved.
Moved. Support.
Moved by Commissioner Foster, supported by Commissioner Hovey Wright. Any questions or corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor, use the vote of saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion will pass. Next up, we have public comment on an agenda item.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Pardon me?
I move to adjourn.
You move to adjourn. Is there support for that? Seeing none, that motion fails. We'll move on to public comment on an agenda item. Is there anyone in the public that would like to have a comment on an agenda item?
Can you hear me? This is Ann.
Ann, yes. Go right ahead, Ann. We have a 2-minute limit on the public comment. If there's anyone that's on this call that would like to make a comment, you would have to dial *9, is it, to raise your hand? And you'll have to, there it is. Cell phones may mute or unmute by dialing *6. You may raise your hand to speak by dialing *9. And Ann, you're up first. You have 2 minutes.
Charles, Ann is muted, I believe.
She was talking. I heard her.
My screen shows her microphone is muted.
Mine does too.
Ann would have to dial *6.
Okay, am I back?
Yes, you
You're
are.
back.
Okay, all right, thank you. I noticed on the agenda is the resolution declaring racism as a public health crisis. I take issue with Commissioner Charles Nash background, Black Lives Matters. I'm sorry, sir, all lives matter. As far as racism is concerned and the things that are in this resolution, I truly don't know why we even need this. There are things in here that are listed, and this is for all people, not just Black lives. We have to think about all people in our community, not just Black people. That's very racist. Just by this very resolution, you're being racist if you vote this in. When they talk about infant mortality being higher in the Black race, how about talking about abortion in the Black race? Privileges for white people. There are privileges for all people. You just have to take advantage of them and be aware of them. And it says Muskegon County is already taking steps to promote equality. So I truly don't understand this. I think we have to think about all our residents. Black on Black killings, let's pay attention to that. George Floyd was horrible. It was horrible. It should have never happened. And those officers should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But I'm not a racist. All people matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that has a comment? Kathy, do you have are you keeping time?
I am, Commissioner.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the public that would like to have a comment? Public comment. This is on the agenda item. Mark, do we have anyone else? Kathy, anybody? I can't see any hands, whether they are or not.
Charles,
I don't see any.
I don't see any
I don't
hands
either.
either.
Okay. Then I guess we will move forward and move on to, is this mixed up? I think it is. Maybe it's not. Anybody got any old business? No old business? Anyone have any new business? Our new business item is the Muskegon County resolution to declare racism as a public health crisis.
I move that we support this resolution. Marcia?
Support.
It's been moved by Commissioner Hovey Wright, supported by Commissioner Wilkins. Now it's open for discussion.
Charles, I do have a couple discussion items. My concern is that one of the things would be it further resolved is Muskegon County is recommending its full attention to improving the quality of life and health of our Black Muskegon County residents. We don't want to just not focus on that life and health of all the residents. And I wondered, it doesn't say anything about committing any funds. So are we just dedicated to this? We're not committing any funds to it at the time.
I think it's meant to be a standard, something to reach for.
Okay.
We got it from another county, and I thought you and Mark worked on it.
We did, but the more I look at it, I've still got another, the cost was one of my biggest concerns. And I did see that it says our policies as well as their implementation to promote health for Blacks within Muskegon County. We didn't set any money aside for this. So, unless we do something within the health department as we are right now, it really is just a statement to do it. I guess what I'm saying is we have to make sure that we follow through with this and not just make a statement.
I think that, there's opportunity. It does mention the Justice Committee, I believe, that Pastor Greer heads up.
Yes.
And I think if, we're to work with the NAACP and other groups that are working on the same issues, and then if things come up that cost something, then we'll handle those as they come. But this
That's
is
a good idea.
philosophy and a commitment. It's based on the fact that we have a much higher incidence of COVID in the Black community and the Hispanic community, communities of color, and a higher death rate. So that's why. And we do have racism in this county. It's significant.
And it's not just with Blacks, it's all the minorities. So we got to start somewhere. And I do think that that's our biggest issue right now. And I would like to say too, Ms. Duran was offended by the fact that Commissioner Nash has something behind him that says Black Lives Matter. But when the Justice Commission came before us, he made a really good statement. He said, we know all lives matter, but right now with what's going on, we are concentrating on Black lives matter. And I thought that was very well put.
Mr. Chair,
I have
Go
a
ahead,
comment.
Commissioner Wilkins, go right ahead.
yes, I think that this is a start. We recognize that there is a problem, but we want to go into it and find out the things that can be done. We know it's a statement, but it's something that is for real and it's been around and it's hidden. We need to explore it and see how we can change it and make the world better. It isn't discriminating against one person or the other. This is to fix a problem, and it will mess with your health.
Yeah,
It is a good start.
and I think,
Commissioner Laring was next.
sure.
So we've talked about a problem, but we've not actually talked about any particular problem, any hate crimes or race crimes, which are against the law. I don't know of any hate crimes that have been committed in Muskegon County. This arbitrary resolution did not originate from the Health Advisory Committee. The Health Advisory Committee has not seen it, nor did it originate from the Health Department. The fact is, arbitrary resolutions like this waste our time and attempt to give an appearance of something that isn't. Its sole purpose is to virtue signal systematic stupidity to the woke and dead.
I'd like to weigh in on this a little bit. You know, I'm surprised with the comments from Commissioner Laring, because I believe he brought more resolutions to this board than anybody has this year. But we have to understand too that this is a resolution that is based on fact. This is not a all-encompassing resolution. It is directed at healthcare, and that's specifically what is it addressing, that there's a healthcare issue that is proportionally dominating against those that are Black. And this is a resolution to recognize that and hope that we can start and begin to find ways to do that. Just as it was mentioned with the Social Justice Commission, which was established a few years ago to try to work through that as far as the justice system. There's also the health department. I don't know if anyone knows, but the mental health department board did pass this similar resolution regarding the same issue, and they passed it unanimously because they also recognize that there's a healthcare crisis that does affect people of color. This does not negate anyone else. This is just one resolution with one focus. But I will say that a majority of the counties that have presented this has passed these resolutions around the state, and they have been unanimous. And I would be surprised that anyone would have any issue against this. This is fact data that we have through the health department and the state of Michigan and around the country. So it's not something that's not there. But we're not here to address brutality and all these other issues. We're talking about the health crisis for Black Americans in Muskegon County.
Okay. Mr. Chair?
Yes,
Mr.
go ahead.
Chair?
Commissioner, I'll be right.
Yes, thank you. And the Love Lives Here resolution did address discrimination on all bases. So that's probably more encompassing. This is just focused on the healthcare issue in the Black community. And there have been racial incidents over the years, and I'm surprised that Mr. Laring has not, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist or don't exist.
Mr. Chair,
I'm just saying,
go ahead.
Commissioner Foster.
Give Commissioner Laring, he was rebuttaling.
that's all right. I'll wait till after you're done, Commissioner Foster.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chair, I would like to make 2 comments if I could. On the Social Justice Committee, I would like to make sure we look at rotating commissioners on that, so there is a point of view from all of us. And second, I want to confirm what the Madam Chair said. There was no dollars attached to this at all.
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Laring.
so again, we have not stated particular cases of racism in the community. And then to the exact point, this motion did not originate from the Health Advisory Committee, nor did it originate from the Muskegon County.
Your concerns are duly noted.
Mr.
Anyone
Chair?
else?
Commissioner Nash, may I?
Commissioner Skolnick.
Yeah, I'm just curious, where did this come from? I'm just curious. I'm not
It
opposed.
came from Ingham County, and it was one of our communications, and I recommended that it be addressed here in Muskegon County. So the chair, Susie Hughes, and Mark Eisenbarth revised it so that Ingham County was taken out and Muskegon County was put in. As far as I know, those were the only changes.
Okay.
Commissioner, could I speak?
Was Commissioner Scully, does that answer your question?
Yes, it does, sir. Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Hughes.
You know, and that is exactly right, Marcia. We looked at this and changed some of the things to reflect Muskegon County, and this is really just to get people aware of the situation.
Right.
Until people are aware of it, we can't move forward with correcting it. And that's what this is about, is making people aware. And I think this is, I agree with Commissioner Willerstein that this is really a stepping stone for us to move forward in some really good ways. And I'm really proud of this. Thank you.
And I would just like to add to that if you follow up with Julia Rupp, they have started with some changes that they're implementing already with mental health. They're moving pretty fast with that, but I think it's going to add some great support and some needed changes. And they're honestly trying to look at this in a different way to see if they can combat that. And in this resolution, even though it's focused on people that are Black, this is, like Commissioner Wilkins said, this is for this whole community, because when we can make other people healthy in this community, it helps all of us to be more healthy in this community. And it helps release some of the burden that's on the healthcare system.
And this,
Commissioner Nash.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Commissioner
and
Wilkins.
this doesn't cost us anything, and it gives you an opportunity to talk about things that are taboo, that are never said in a conversation anywhere. But it'll give you an opportunity to clarify things, make sure that people understand what's going on.
Yes. And I will add that there has been a couple commissioners that have been asked to be with the Social Justice Commission. And if there's anyone else that has any interest in that, please let me know.
I would.
Someone else just,
Chairman Nash.
Commissioner
Commissioner
Mahoney.
Mahoney. I'm in support of this. Part of it, it's not just Ingham County. Wayne County has also passed something similar. It's a matter of the 100 sheep and going after, leaving the 99 and looking after the one. It's for the entire group. You're only as good as the one that's lost. We need to have all 100 of us together. And this is a step in that direction.
Amen.
And I will add that there's probably, I believe, 4 or 5 other counties that have passed this resolution. And there's several cities that have also passed a similar resolution. Any other discussion? Seeing none, we'll move forward with a vote. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Chairman Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
No.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hubby Wright.
Yes.
8 yes, 1 no.
And that motion passes. We'll move on to public comment. Is there anyone in the public that would like to have a comment? If you'd like to have a comment, you'll have to press *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute. Is there anyone in the public that would like to have a comment?
I do not see any hands, Commissioner Nash.
No hands?
Let me scroll back up to the top.
Then we will move forward with any final board comments. No one jumping at it. I'll have a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
It has been moved and supported, and this committee is adjourned.